making plans for the new year or New Year resolution, if that is your preferred term, is a modern ritual. But according to historians, it is not. For the record, making plans for a new year is an ancient tradition traced back to the Babylonians 4,000 years ago. What made these ancient people make plans then has not changed. Though New Year is seen as a new beginning, an opportunity for a fresh start, a new slate to write out plans on how to rebuild, reconnect, and more importantly, improve one's self through self-reflection on financial, educational, social, or career obligations. The list is actually based on the person doing the planning. Hence, it can be anything considered important to that individual. So, on Panorama today, with a couple of hours into the new year, we will take a quick walk through the shortest path of the labyrinth of making plans for the new year. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng. and on our other social media platform. And let me welcome you to the last edition of Panorama, this last Tuesday and the last day of 2024. I am Adeola Komiakere. Thank you for joining us. The successful start-up of Area 1 crude distillation units, gas plants and vacuum distillation units of Warri Refinery is providing additional 75,000 barrels per day of petroleum products to the market. The plant is currently operating at 60% capacity as key players commit to ramping up production. Lydia Sampson reports.
Taking dignitaries and journalists around the various components of the Area 1 part of the refinery, Managing Director, Warri Refinery and Petrochemicals Company, Efifia 2, gave further explanation on the status operations so far.
For many years, it is a milestone as it is the successful startup of Area 1 of Warri Refinery, and experts here are categorical that the introduction of more products into the market is a game-changing one for the Nigerian oil and gas industry.
Board Chairman NNPC Limited and leadership of the Nigerian Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority are unanimous. The refinery restart is a milestone that will have ripple effects on the entire oil and gas value chains.
It's a very happy day for us, especially in NNPC, for witnessing this milestone.
This plant has 3 stages. We have started the plant 1, which is, we call it Area 1, the fuels plant. It is able to produce AGO, kerosene, naphtha, and also a blend of fuel oil. And these are high-grade quality products that are required in the country. This company will make money, and the promise of Mr. President that this country must be a net exporter of petroleum products is already happening.
So this is an indication of the determination of our leader, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for his focus and determination by pushing both the regulator and the NNPC to ensure that these plants are coming soon.
All the key players, including Delta State Ipman Chairman, also speak on the development.
When I saw the production from the fire, you can see it. I'm very, very happy. Warri is back to life. The depot in Port Harcourt is working, in Warri is working, and you can see it live. We are loading now. We'll continue to do that while we complete other operating units.
The 2.9 million barrels per day diesel, 1.9 million barrels per day kerosene, and 4.9 million per day fuel oil is believed to underscore a commitment to improving refinery performance and address long-standing issues that have hindered optimal operations for the oil and gas industry. From Warri, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Now to transportation. About 20,000 people have so far benefited from the 2024 Renewed Hope Transport Palliative across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Beneficiaries have acknowledged the gesture as a noble one that should last beyond January 5, 2025. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara reports.
From the eve of Christmas to the eve of the new Gregorian calendar year 2025, the Eagle Square in the nation's capital temporarily provided space for the movement of people to other parts of the country. Records of the officials from the Ministry of Transportation show that, like in similar locations across the country, here, more than 150 passengers enjoy the 50% reduction in road transportation daily.
70,000 from here to Imo State, but getting this amount, 17.5, is a relief, a very big relief. Now I have a family, we can travel.
So I even change my travel to send money to my family than to travel. But when I hear about this information that they are carrying Lagos 15,000 in Eagle Square, government has done something, I thought is fake already. But when I came yesterday and I see it's not fake, it's original.
I was actually thinking of 100 plus before, but now that the thing is 15,000 naira, in fact,
the vehicle are brand new. You can see there is still leather inside them. So at least I think the road will be it will be a good one to move on the road.
I'm going to Onitsha. I'm engineer. Now work they carry me go there.
It is beneficial because people are traveling to various destinations.
Actually, I wanted to get to Imo direct. We didn't see Imo box and I decided to enter this one.
But when I heard about this place, this program that Mr. President put for us, so I was so glad. And I say thank you, sir.
As the ride continues, there is also a growing demand from the citizens who want the continuation of this gesture to enable them to sustain their ride on the glory of the government of renewed hope.
We will look at the possibilities. But like I said, the approval the president gave to us is between to end on 5th of January. So we will not be able to say that, but as the minister, he will have a say in the matter. And I'm sure being a very generous minister, he will look at the plight of Nigeria because this program is actually to give support to Nigerians.
The Renewed Hope Transport Palliative is responding to the urgent needs of the people and providing hope on the policies of the government. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NEC) has issued additional order to the electricity distribution companies in the country to ensure compliance with key performance indicators. These include accountability by the management of the distribution companies, increased operational performance, improved energy delivery to customers, and customer satisfaction. Also, NEC reviews penalty for default in energy offtake from 1 month to 2 months per quarter, as failure to offtake up to 95% of available nominated energy in 2 out of the 3 months per quarter will attract a downward adjustment of a distribution company administrative operational expenditure by 5% for the next quarter. Timeline to comply with complaints resolution through NEC contact centers and NEC headquarters has been reviewed from 2 months compliance target by the distribution companies, as NEC now expects 75% resolution rate for all complaints within a quarter. NEC mandates all the distribution companies to comply with the additional order. Moving on now. Ogun State has joined the League of States in the country that have created their electricity markets, bringing the number to 9 states. This follows an order by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NEC) transferring regulatory oversight of the electricity market in Ogun State to the State Electricity Regulatory Commission, having delivered a formal notification of its process and request to the Commission. By this development, ECO Electricity Distribution Company, Ikeja Electric PLC and Ibadan Electricity Distribution are to incorporate subsidiaries to assume responsibilities for intrastate supply and distribution of electricity in Ogun State. All processes of incorporation are to be completed within 60 days from 21st December 2024. Next says all transfers envisaged by this order shall be completed by 23rd of June 2025. With the adoption of tight agricultural policies and attractive incentives to explore the business aspect of food production, Nigeria is capable of achieving sustainable food sufficiency. Wife of a Lagos State Governor, Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, stated this during the presentation of winners who emerged at the recently concluded Every Home or Garden initiative in Lagos. Joyken Abakboya reports.
For several 152 first-time female farmers drawn from the 5 Ibile divisions of Lagos State cultivated and harvested vegetables and other crops as they competed in the Every Home a Garden national competition, an initiative of the First Lady of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu.
Don't just wait for others to farm to grow these crops for you to consume. You also have to come on board, do something in your own little corner, your own little way. Contribute to food security in the country.
Being meticulous about how I planted, from the planting, transplanting, I took them through all the stages, and then I had multiple crops, and everything, to the glory of God, grew nicely.
Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, who presented checks to the winners, says the efforts of the female farmers is a testament that with determination, Nigeria can attain self-sufficiency in food production.
To you all, and encourage you to sustain the home gardening passion. Learn on learn. Please be the trainer, train the trainer. Encourage more women out there that you can grow these things.
I enjoy the winners and consolation prize recipients to continuously practice smart farming in their homes and encourage other people in their community and neighborhood.
Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems urged the female farmers to sustain the initiative, which she says will ensure food security in every home.
This 2025, you will be part of those who will be supplying our food hubs and selling to our consumers.
What we are doing today is what we should continue to do, to revive farming, to let the world know that farming is our natural profession.
Let this moment serve as a motivation to continue cultivating not only gardens in your homes, but also the seeds of hope, growth, and prosperity in Lagos.
4 other winners in the Lagos division smiled home with 500,000 naira each, with more than 100 others rewarded with consolation cash gifts of 100,000 naira each. In Lagos, Joyken Abakboya, NTA News.
The Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Salihu Abdul Hamid Dembos, has reaffirmed the organization's commitment to providing credible information for national integration, unity and progress of Nigeria. He was speaking at the NTA Kaduna Network Center Reunion Dinner, an event that brought together former staff of the organization at the station's premises. Mohammed Umar Ajingi reports.
This is NTA Kaduna in the heart of Kaduna Metropolis, a premier broadcast organization since in the 70s and 80s that has produced iconic contents that reflect the rich cultural heritage of the North. Senator Sheikh Husani recalls some of the station's most educative programs.
And many programs, titles workshop.
These are some of the producers, presenters, cameramen and notable artists such as Hawafun Tua, The Director General of the NTA, Salu Abdulhamid Dembos, who began his career as a cameraman here, is also among the men behind the scene who have contributed in producing some of these great contents.
My dream for Nigeria and for NTA is the dream of every Nigerian, to see a television that will be desirous and a television that every Nigerian will be proud of, a television that will be believable. And I'm glad part of the testimonies we've had this afternoon and through the evening good comments about the authority. I give kudos to the working hard members of staff of the authority, and we also want to thank the viewers, that is Nigerians.
Nobody who is a minister, a governor, or a lawyer that will have said he has not benefited in one way or another from NTA. And you can see that he is repositioning the Nigerian Television Authority. Yes, sir. It has become an authority. It has become a source of credible information.
This reunion provides an opportunity for them to meet their colleagues who they have not seen for over 30, 40, 50 years.
Feeling fantastically well, honestly, because if I have blood pressure of 140, I'm so nice about 120.
In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Marajingi, NTA News.
Time now for us to take a break. Panorama continues shortly.
The counsel of our fathers.
I will urge and advise our younger generation to use talent and brain to sort out problems, not arms.
Nigerian youths, let's build a nation.
My advice to these young people is please do not take us back to those harrowing days. You probably do not know what it is.
I believe we have fought one civil war too many in this country. So those who experienced it will run away from it.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together.
Many thanks for staying with us. New Year is often a time of reflection for many, a time to look back and take stock of where one is at in terms of goals achieved. As Nigerians prepare to enter into another year, Larry Bileyi takes a look at making plans for a new chapter of one's life.
In a couple of hours from now, it's going to be a new year. Everybody is now preparing. And New Year is often characterized by something. That's it, making plans for the new year. Although another name for making plans for the new year is called New Year resolution. But we won't go into that because most of the people often shy away from calling it New Year resolutions because of the burden, the social burden it placed on them. So we stick with New Year plans. What are the New Year plans of Nigerians as they go into 2025?
You must be determined. If you don't determine, you will be discouraged because as you are going there will be so many things that want to discourage you. Your friends, family, situation will discourage you. But when you are determined that there's a goal in front of you that you want to achieve, nothing will stop you.
I don't actually do resolutions. I try to live my life as it comes, try to do my best every day of my life, yes.
We need to know where we are now to know the challenge, because if you don't know where you are, you don't know where you're going to.
There you have it from the people on their opinions about New Year resolutions or New Year plans. I also spoke with a counselor virtually, and this is what he has to say.
Let it rather be your 2025 vision, master plans for achieving a goal. Everything you want to do, it must be smart. Your goal must be smart. By being smart simply means specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely.
He also urged Nigerians to be realistic with their plans by taking into cognizance the resources available to execute such plans and keep track of the progress made. In Lagos, Larry Bileyi, NTA News.
And to speak more about making plans for the new year, I have with me Mr. Temitope Ajayi, with more than a decade experience. You're welcome to Panorama.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've heard that report now. Is there any need to make plans for, New Year these days?
Well, it depends on the individual. There are people that wants to take life on the go, flow along with what is happening, but it is more beneficial to have set targets or goals as you go into the new year. Just like every company or institution like to plan ahead, you can set goals for yourself, take decisions, look back, reflection on what has been, where I have succeeded, where you have failed. Okay, going to the new year, what do I want to achieve? So there's always need to plan ahead.
Okay, now some people shy away from talking about, making plans, especially when a word like New Year resolution, is mentioned. Why do people shy away from it?
It depends again on the individual, but basically it could be as a result of fear of failure. Society, upholding you to what you have said, trying to make you accountable. So many people don't want to be held accountable. We are not perfect. So the fear of perfectionism can drive people away from, making plans.
And I've had instances where people make resolutions, and before the middle of that January, it's as if, nothing happened. What do you think is responsible for that?
Really, there is nothing wrong with that. It's just when you are making plans, you have alternatives.
Okay.
When you are making, you must be flexible. You make plans, okay, I want to be in this place by March. And if by February something else happens, that is greater than that, I can give myself as an example. There was a time I set a target to get my master's within such a period. I already commenced the PA program at Lagos State University. And Premier League came and British Council that they wanted to give me a 3-year course. I dumped that one.
I went for the
course. It was free of charge.
Okay. So it depends on the situation, the circumstances at that particular time. Now, how can we mitigate social pressures to fit in, when making plans for the new year?
Yeah, you need to be self-aware. You need to understand yourself. You need to set certain targets for yourself. And you need to be assertive. This is what I want to achieve. Okay, why am I going into it? What is my reason? What is my motivation? If it is to impress somebody, the society effect will affect you. But if you are determined as a person, I want to achieve a goal. Let me give you my target for next year. I don't want to compete. There is a lady, Ezioma, that read 150 books in a year. I plan to read 40 books this next year. I'm not reading 150.
That's a far cry from 150.
I'm not reading 150. If I don't get up to 150, if I can read one book in a month and I've read 12, I will have achieved my aim. Just to improve myself.
All right, now, you talked about flexibility. All right, flexibility is very essential in making plans. How can we, make our plans very flexible?
Yes, you can do that like one of the people interviewed said, by SMART goals. Yes, your goals be specific. Let it be measurable. Let it be achievable. Let it be realistic. Let it be time bound. So that even if there is any need to veer off from what you have planned, you already have an alternative. So you can be flexible and you don't put the pressure of perfection on yourself.
Okay, and one last sentence, just enlighten Nigerians about the importance of discipline and progress, while tracking as they plan for the new year.
Yes, discipline is an important factor in plans, whether for new year, as a company or as an individual. When you are disciplined, you will achieve your goals. You'll be able to keep the time to your plans, and you'll be able to forge on even when there are distractions, because there will always be distractions, putting you away from what you are.
Okay, a lot of people this 2024 were actually talking about, economic situation. Do you see it affecting plans this year?
If your plans are realistic,
okay, it will not affect
you
it.
apply your goals within your resources.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Temitokbe Ajayi, for your thoughts on, New Year resolutions or making plans for the new year.
Thank you.
It's now time for us to take sports, and Olumide Guntola will give that to us.
We begin with athletics. The Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa, ANOCA, has confirmed that it will double the scholarship budget for Nigerian athletes as a means of strengthening Team Nigeria preparation for Los Angeles 2028. In football, as the draws for the 2025 African Nations Championship chant Tuesday at the CAF headquarters in Cairo, Egypt, Nigeria home-based Eagles are set for a challenging first-round matches at the championship after the team was not included among the seeded teams. According to CAF, teams will be seeded based on results from the last 3 editions of CHAN. Co-hosts Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda, and the defending champion Senegal will occupy pot 1. The championship runs from 1st to 28th February 2025. Still on football, President Nigeria Football Federation Ibrahim Gusso has assured football-loving Nigerians that the country's national teams will be well prepared to deliver excellent results in 2025. While reflecting on the year 2024, the NFF boss affirmed that the era of Nigerian teams arriving at major championship just to participate is gone. And from FIFA, the global football governing body urged member associations to apply for funding to continue with reforms for the growth of women's game. In a circular sent to the 211 football associations, including the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF), FIFA advised its members to help take the women's game to a new level. With sports updates, Olumide Eguntola, NTA News.
And that concludes Panorama from the Network Service, Lagos Network Center, the very last in 2024. Thank you for watching. I am Adeola Komiakeri. On behalf of the production team, say have a wonderful New Year celebration.